Hello and welcome. This is AMECO Hover English Service and you're watching our daily updates. I am Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Chairman of TPLF, Debretsion Gabramedian said the wise leadership Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed demonstrated to the effective implementation of the peace agreement is admirable. Groundwork and reports.
A delegation of federal government, led by Speaker of the House of People's Representatives Tagassi Chafo, has held discussion with senior leaders of TPLF and residents of Mekelle City. Upon arrival at Alula Banaga Airport in Mekelle, the delegation, which is composed of ministers, heads of service providing institutions, commissioners of national dialogue, has received a warm welcome. During the occasion, a Speaker of the House, Tagassi Chafo, said the aim of the delegation is to consolidate the peace efforts and share ideas and feelings of each other. He added the federal government has been working with commitment to bringing the life of people in Tigray to normalcy. He noted that in order to resume services such as banking, telecom, air transport and others, chief executive officers of respective institutions have been included in the visiting delegation. Stating that the visit will open a big chapter, the Speaker stressed the need to further strengthen the ongoing efforts of restoring services to the people. Chairman of TPLF, Dr. Debretsion Gabramedian, for his part, commended the commitment the federal government demonstrated for peace. Debretsion in particular extended appreciation to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for his extraordinary leadership to reach the peace agreement and sustainably implement it. Debretsion added that the basic services, especially electric service, have now been widely accessible. He requested for the immediate commencement of bank and telecom services in all the areas as well as strengthen the suppliers of medicine. Debretsion underlined they have to realize the desire of the people of Tigray for peace in unison and with honesty. He added that the discussion conducted by coming together for the first time with a view to maintaining the peace agreement will lay foundation. Today is historic day, Debretsion said. He stressed the need to fully implement the peace agreement. Debretsion further mentioned that the people of Tigray had discussed on the peace agreement, noting that the people is demanding for the implementation of the agreement with a strengthened manner. Appreciating the supplies of humanitarian aid being delivered in Tigray, Debretsion said shortage of medicine should be resolved.
Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen praised Ethiopian ambassadors and diplomats for preserving Ethiopia's interests, living up to Ethiopians' aspirations and the country's rich heritage. Modomulye tells us more.
The annual performance evaluation and planning retreat of senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia kicks off in Sulta in the African Leadership Excellence Academy. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen delivered opening remarks highlighting the internal and external challenges that have tested Ethiopia's diplomacy. He cited the fighting in the country's north, negotiations on the construction and filling of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, and Ethiopia-Sudan border conflicts as illustrations. Demeke said the country has passed through various internal and external pressures over the past 2 years, noting that those pressures were averted due to the coordinated efforts of the diplomats abroad in Ethiopian diaspora. Because many issues do not receive definitive resolution in the diplomatic arena and because world geopolitics is unpredictable, he said Ethiopian diplomats should operate proactively and in accordance with the ministry's re-engagement strategy objectives. Diplomats should work to strengthen Ethiopia's diplomatic capabilities in the dynamic geopolitics of the globe, Demeke added. He underlined Ethiopian diplomats are expected to exert more efforts in the dynamic geopolitics of the globe with a view to excel the diplomatic capabilities of the country. He emphasized that diplomats need to exert maximum efforts to defend Ethiopia's interest in various stages. Ambassador Burtukan Ayano, State Minister of Foreign Affairs, briefed the media on the retreat's main goals. According to Ambassador Burtukan, the ambassadors will reflect on the challenges of 2022 and the solutions given to them, besides laying out the core issues of engagement in the upcoming year. She also mentioned the visits last week to over 10 institutions in Addis Ababa and Bishoftu that were designed to show the fruits of the reform process and reveal what is expected of the ambassadors in augmenting the capacity of some of the institutions. Burtukan said the diplomats and heads of missions will also discuss on major national, regional and international issues. According to the State Minister, the ambassadors will also visit some tourist destinations, industry zones and other places. The opening program of the retreat, which will be held for 2 consecutive weeks, was attended by state ministers of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, including Ambassador Taye Yilma, heads and deputy heads of missions, directorate generals, and leadership of institutions affiliated with the ministry.
Ambassador of Japan to Ethiopia, Ito Takako, said that the government and people of Japan would like to fully support the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission. Brown Workana has the details.
While signing grant assistance yesterday at the Addis Ababa University to provide buses to support the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission, Ambassador Ito Takako said, the Commission's serious commitment to make the national dialogue truly inclusive and efficient is really admirable. Hence, the government of Japan would like to fully support its endeavor, she said, announcing Japan's support of up to $146,304 worth of 2 buses with over 30 seaters each. She said these buses are expected to be used as a means of transportation not only for the Commission but also for the participants from different regions who might have difficulties accessing the venue to attend the national dialogue. According to her, the project is funded through Japan's grant assistance for grassroots human security project, which cultivates a direct working relationship between the grassroots level of society and Japanese embassy in Addis Ababa.
The Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission, ENDC, was established with a vision to reach national consensus on the most fundamental issues of national significance. Attempts to solve these differences through dialogue is surely not an easy task, but ENDC's serious commitment to make this national dialogue truly inclusive and efficient is really admirable, and Japan would like to fully support its endeavor.
Addis Ababa University President Asawol Dehana on his part said, the relationship between the two sisterly countries has started a long time ago. He said the government of Japan has been supporting Ethiopia for a long time. He noted there are issues beyond politicians to solve easily. In that case, the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission will play a big role. He said that the 2 buses offered to Addis Ababa University will be transferred to the Ethiopian National Dialogue Commission until the Commission finished its mission.
The government of Japan has been supporting Ethiopia for a long time, so the relationship between Japan and Ethiopia has started a long time ago. These 2 sister or brotherly countries work together on economic issues, but for economic to work well, economic relations to work well, they should also support on some of the other social and political issues.
Ethiopia aims to eliminate cholera by 2028, while the World Health Assembly is set to eliminate cholera by 2030. Abebe Brahani has the details.
Roadmap 2030 is a new global strategy to reduce cholera disease and stop cholera transmission with the support of Global Task Force on Cholera Control. It aims to achieve a 90% reduction in cholera disease through the mobilization of cholera-affected countries. Ethiopian Public Health Institute is deliberated a high-level consultative and advocacy workshop on Ethiopia's National Cholera Control Plan. In her opening remark, Health Minister Liata Desa said cholera disproportionately affects the poorest and most vulnerable countries, affecting at least 47 countries worldwide, with an estimated 1.3 to 4 million cases and 21,000 to 143,000 deaths annually worldwide. She added that several cholera outbreaks occurred in different parts of the country from 2015 to 2021, resulting in over 105,000 cases and caused thousands of deaths. Leah said that the work of preventing and controlling frequent outbreak is very difficult and needs high cost, adding that, therefore, the government is doing extensive work with partners, stakeholders and development organizations to reduce the disease exposure of the community.
Our government has officially launched this National Cholera Elimination Plan at the Global Task Force side event on the 75th World Health Assembly, which was held in Geneva, Switzerland on May 2022. This plan is a testament to the government of Ethiopia's commitment towards a multi-sectoral approach of reducing 90% of cholera diseases by the year 2030. And today we are here together to advocate, but also review the progress we have made so far, the challenges, and discuss the implementation of this national plan.
Accordingly, Ethiopia aims to eliminate cholera by 2028, while the World Health Assembly is set to eliminate cholera by 2030. World Health Organization representative Paul Menuka stressed that cholera remains a major health threat worldwide. He added that the burden and impact of cholera pandemic is greatest in Africa region, where it is endemic in many countries, with case fatality rates that exceed the global average of 1%.
The plan implementation or operational plan will be a practical framework that will guide implementation of each of the activities in the National Cholera Elimination Plan to reduce cholera transmission to zero and achieve 90% reduction by 2028.
An estimated of close to $400 million is required for implementing the plan.
Tourists say that Bahar Dar and its surrounding is ideal for sports tourism like cycling. Adler Ethiopia Tour is trying to revive cycling and grow it into the tourism industry. Mo Domliye has the details.
This group of tour cyclists was said to hit the road to Bezoit Mariam hilltop, some 9 kilometers northeast of Bahar Dar city. It is where the historical imperial palace of Emperor Haile Selassie I is found. Adler's Tour Ethiopia Tour cycling organizer Ashenafi Mara said the ultimate aim of organizing such events is to revive the cycling mode of transport, which was commonly used in Bahar Dar city in the past, and grow it into the tourism industry.
I would like to introduce a bike tour here, and I would like to initiate pupils to ride a bike through the city. As you know, the city of Bahar Dar is very comfortable and ideal for biking. Not only Bahar Dar, as you know, Ethiopia is very comfortable for biking because of we have so many stunning landscapes. So our vision is to promote and develop bike to the country, all over the country, you know.
Stating that Bahar Dar city and its surrounding is conducive enough to do cycling, Ashenafi mentioned the targeted potential tour cycling destinations from the city, and Bezoit Mariam hilltop or the Imperial Palace is one of these destinations.
We have so many places to ride a bike like Zage, Tisabay, the waterfall. For example, like Zage, from Bahar Dar to Zage is far like 24 kilometers. The road is off-road, and some about some 10 or 15 kilometers is asphalt road. That's very comfortable. We held many tours there and to the waterfall, and that was really amazing.
Besides local bike riders, some foreigners were also part of the tour cycling to the Imperial Palace. Nati from the US expressed how much pleasurable it was.
Oh, it's very, very enjoyable. I love to cycle. Me and Nagus, we ride in my bicycle every day. Yeah, and today riding all the way across the bridge and up the hill to see the beautiful view from the Beit Menges is beautiful, gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, cycling in general is a very good place, you know. Me, I don't ride Bajaj, I do not take line taxi, I do not take car. Anywhere I go, I cycle.
Coming from France, where the popular cycling Tour de France is held annually, Vincent said that Bahar Dar city and its surrounding is ideal to practice cycling and grow it into big cycling tourism.
I do everything by bike, and I made the team with Ashenafe to do more like a mountain bike to Tisabé, Zéguié Peninsula, and some ride in the cities. Yeah.
You have planned to begin the bumpy ride in this Bahadar city. So how is it going on?
Yeah, so it's a big project. I mean, we talked about it with HNFA, and it will be nice. So it's an international Swiss company who is doing pump track. So it's for small bike, but any kind of mountain bike. And the objective will be to build something with tarmac and with little jump, and you can pump. It's very nice for the kids to make them riding bike. And so we are still discussing with the company to make it happen.
During their tour cycling, the participants appreciated the natural scenery of Bizayt Mariam hilltop. Beyond being the site of the historical imperial palace, the hilltop is a very strategic viewpoint for anyone going there to overlook the Abai or Blue Nile River, Lake Tana in Bahadar city itself.
Yeah, it's very nice, very pleasurable. Sometimes I like to come here, and then there are the trails going down, and we go down to the Nile, and walk there by the water, and we take the boat across to Pida campus, and it is a very beautiful, lovely walk.
You're watching AMECO Haber English service, and now let's proceed to news beyond borders. UN reports conflicts in Sudan's far-flung regions have killed around 900 people this year and driven almost 300,000 from their homes. A doctor said at least 11 people have been killed in ongoing clashes between Arab and non-Arab groups in Sudan's restive Darfur region. Witnesses said violence erupted around 20 kilometers from the South Darfur state capital Niala on Wednesday, pitting Arab herders against farmers from the Daju minority and other non-Arab ethnic groups. The official news agency SUNA had earlier said 7 people were killed and that security forces had been sent to the area to quell the violence, as the RT World News reported. The United Nations Security Council has passed a resolution that eases a weapons embargo on the Democratic Republic of Congo, a move hailed by Kinshasa as an injustice repaired. The Tuesday resolution removed a stipulation that previously required countries to inform the 15-member Council of Arms Sales or military assistance to the DRC government. The DRC has been subjected to the UN arms embargo since 2000, originally imposed over widespread violence in the Central African nation. In 2008, the Security Council amended the sanctions regime to apply only to armed groups, as the RT World reported. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said Turkey is developing economic ties with Africa in a fair and balanced way, and Netanyahu presents the RT World report.
President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said Turkey and Senegal will continue to enhance bilateral cooperation in several areas.
Agreements we signed so far will further strengthen the common grounds for our bilateral relations and lay the grounds for further cooperation.
During their meeting at the presidential complex, Erdogan said they discussed economic defense and trade issues, as well as efforts against terrorism, including the Fethullah terrorist organization.
Turkey and Senegal, in contrast to the physical distance to one another, have always been very close. In Western Africa, Senegal has a very key role, and we are very happy.
He added that bilateral trade between Turkey and Senegal reached $540 million in 2021, and the target now is $1 billion. Erdogan said he also exchanged views with Sall on Ukraine war. For his part, Sall appreciated Turkey's concrete contributions to prevent a global flood crisis by mediating between Moscow and Kiev. He said bilateral cooperation between the countries continues in every field, including the defense sector. Developing relations and cooperation with African countries is one of the cornerstones of Ankara's multidimensional foreign policy. Opened in 1962, the Turkish embassy in Senegal's capital Dhaka is one of the first of Turkish diplomatic missions in Africa.
This is AMECO Haber English service, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate. That's all the news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.